special ops, when he called me for it, I said, "Kya karna hai?" He says, "Script padhogi?" I said, "Nahi padhogi." When I came into the industry, I was like, I wish I was launched by Yash Chopra. So in a very unassuming way, I actually was relaunched by him. And I think when you give it to the universe there, it just brings it in its own ways.
She's one of the most powerful performers in the Hindi film industry, and after spending over 25 years here, she continues to be a sought-after actor. Divya Dutta joins me today on Filmfare OTT Showcase, a prelude to the Glamm Filmfare OTT Awards 2021.
Thank you so much, Jitesh. It's always such a pleasure.
What were your immediate thoughts when you won the Filmfare last year for your role? And I mean, what kind of experience was it?
You know, it's always like when it is Filmfare, this is something I have grown up with. Okay, I must share this with you. And so Filmfare has been like a cult for everyone. Like, this is the landmark award. And so ever since I was a child, I was like a total Bollywood this thing. So I had to. I mean, I always used to say, so the best actor goes to Divya Dutta. I think I said it in my speech as well. So the thing is, it was always like a dream that I have to be on the Filmfare stage holding my black lady with me. And every time I was like, "Arey, hona chahiye, hona chahiye." And this time I was like there. And when the award was announced, it was like music to the ears. It was because, when you're बहुत तुम्हारी कोई एक इच्छा जो एकदम से पूरी होती है, you sometimes get just very dazed and numb and you don't know how you express it. And I just coolly went and took it, and then I came backstage and hugged you, I remember. But I was still in a daze until, of course, I started getting all the congratulatory messages and like flooded with them. Then it sunk in that, yes, we've done it, and I have the black lady with me. So yes, it was like a mix of many things. And जो बहुत देर के बाद मिलता है और finally मिलता है ना, that really feels amazing. And this was the first OTT awards that Filmfare had, so it was like truly special.
Talk about your role for what you won the performance. Talk a bit about your role.
Special ops was this woman who is a victim of circumstances, who kind of falls prey to being used as like a tool or a weapon to just create destruction around, and then better sense prevails onto her, and it's a beautiful role. Not many dialogues, and Neeraj Pandey as a director, I've actually never asked. In fact, when you'll read my book, you'll know, and I'm really looking forward to you reading my book. And so he's one director I've never asked what you're offering me, because he's so clear about what he wants, how he's going to place the actors. I remember when he gave me Special Chabbis, I had no dialogues at all, but one line throughout which I was repeating. कि हम तो अपना काम करें, ये लोग तो बस असली काम तो हम करें, ये लोग तो बस. So that got me the Best Actor award in many places. But special ops, when he called me for it, I said, "Kya karna hai?" He says, "Script padhogi?" I said, "Nahi padhogi." So I just, because with him, it is like I am an actor, like how the audience would like to feel. So I like to experience every scene, not as an actor, but as an audience. So every scene unfolds because he has so much thrill in every shot, every scene, that if you already know about it, my thrill would go. So it was like, I don't want to know anything. You just make me do stuff. So finally, when he made me wear that jacket with bombs and everything, I was actually shocked. I was like, this is what I'm playing. So it was lovely. It was unfurling. It was unfolding, and amazing it was.
What would you talk as the significant turning points in your life?
Well, I think my significant turning points are from the perception of the audience, and that would surely be Veer Zara, because it was a path-breaking role for me, because I think significant roles taken by actors now has become like a common thing. But that time it was only like एक hero, एक heroine, comedian, villain, और वो पांचवा एक वो होता ही नहीं था. Who? Maybe a dancer, but there was no set thing for the fifth. This इसको क्या करें? What do we name it? So I think I kind of fitted in there where these were significant roles, which were not necessarily leads, but they were probably as or more important. And that now probably has become the in thing. But for me, that started with Veer Zara. And Veer Zara kind of changed things for me, changed myths. When I came into the industry, I was like, I wish I was launched by Yash Chopra. So in a very unassuming way, I actually was relaunched by him. And I think when you give it to the universe there, it just brings it in its own ways. So this was one for me. That was one landmark. Second was Dilli Che. A totally different role from who I am. And I was an inhibited Punjaban, very shy and everything. But this film opened up all those inhibitions, and it taught me like you have to see the role first. So every actor on the set was teaching me some kind of an expletive and saying, ye wala use kar, ye wala use kar. And somewhere I just opened up to the team, to the cast, and my body language just changed. So Dilli Che changed me a lot, I must say. Then, of course, there was Badlapur that came by, and of course, Bhag Milkha Bhag. These four have been like really landmarks for me.
Tell me about your stint as a writer. How did that come about?
When I read when I read people like you, such amazing, clear writing that touches right here, it kind of is very inspiring. I mean, I actually must say I look forward to your posts, especially when you write about someone. It's all heart. It is all heart, and you really feel that you know that person personally just with your writing. So for me also, it somewhere is all heart. I do feel you must write what's in here and you must just express it. So as a child, I've been doing all the magazines that we used to write for. Then I started being a columnist when I came to the industry. I was writing for many newspapers. And then I think my biggest fear was losing my mother. And when she actually was going, it was like, am I going to just feel bad about it or celebrate a parent who I think is the bestest parent I could ever have? And then that was a catharsis for me. The first thing I did is call up Penguin and say, I want to write a book on my mother and I want to call it Me and Ma. It was again very instinctive and they instantly agreed. And that's how my journey as an author started. And now the second one, of course.
You want to talk about the second book a bit?
Well, the second one is called The Stars in My Sky. And very interestingly, nobody thought I was the one book wonder. So they all asked, what are you writing next? So I was wondering what I'm so passionate about that it flows instinctively again. And it was my passion for movies and where I belong. And I think this journey became so beautiful thanks to the people I met. And so it is about those people. Each chapter is dedicated to one such person, be it Mr. Bachchan, be it Shabana ji. So Bachchan Saab has given the forward and Shabana ji is coming for the launch. So these people I hold very close to my heart. So we don't get time to just say, I love you very much. So this book is to just say, I love these people very much and they've made my journey very special.
When you say made your journey special, tell me about more about the people who shaped your career decisions, who sort of added value to your life. Speak about them a bit.
There are so many. I would start with Mr. Bachchan. I mean, when I was doing Bagban, I was playing this nasty Bahu, and I didn't know how to disconnect. And I would act well as much as I could think I'm acting. And I come back home and I would howl. And my mother would say, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? The thing was, the fan in me couldn't relate to the fact that the role I was playing was so mean to someone I adored the most. And I just couldn't take it. The subconscious was not happy with it. And Mr. Bachchan, being him, was so sensitive that he called me one day and he said, Idhar aao, tumne aaj mujhe good morning nahi ki. So I said, sorry, sir, good morning. And I was sulking that I have to mouth these dirty lines again to him. And he said, तुमको पता है तुम मेरे साथ बिल्कुल अच्छा नहीं behave कर रहे हो. I said, sir, but ये role है. And he just smiled. So he had, in a very interesting, unassuming way, told me that this is just a role, girl. Just, lift up your spirits. So that I learned how to disconnect and have someone like him around me to see him kitni baar rehearsal karte hain aur utni baar something new he would bring up. I mean, he doesn't need to, but he did so amazingly. Then there's Aditya Chopra, who, there was a time when I was doing so many films, and I very proudly went to him one day and said, Aapko pata hai, I'm doing so many films, I'm busy, aren't you happy? So he's like, is it that you're doing it for money? I said, no, look, I'm such a busy actor. He says, you're a good actor. Why don't you leave a legacy behind? And you don't have to do everything that comes your way. That kind of jolted me. I was like, yeah, that's true, actually. I mean, and from then on, I started selecting my films and saying, okay, मेरा heart, जो मेरा दिल है इससे खुश हो रहा है तो मैं यही करूंगी. I will not do everything that comes my way. And that kind of changed my path. It did. So there's so many people, be it Shah Rukh, be it Salman, be it Gulzar Saab, be it Javed Saab, everyone in the book has a special place that they have brought me smiles. They have brought my confidence up. And it's just been great knowing them as people.
Despite your hectic, your earthy on-screen roles, you have a very sexy red carpet look. So I want to ask you your 5 beauty essentials you can't live without.
A moisturizer, for sure. A kajal, a lip gloss, for sure. I remember Shabana ji never lets me go out. I mean, if you're clicking a picture or a selfie, she should say, "Pehle lipstick lagao." So she made a habit for me that I have to carry a lipper for sure. And I think I also carry a perfume and a comb or a brush, something of the sort. Always handy.
3 skincare tips you can give us.
Skincare, first of all, I have started doing this now. Drink lots of water, keep yourself hydrated. Women mostly don't do that because we don't find enough clean toilets around. So it's conditioned that we don't have. So please hydrate yourself very well. Also, please moisturize your faces before you sleep and remove all that makeup from your eyelashes and everything very nicely. That's very, very important. And also, I think once a while you should put your masks and do your treatments after a certain age. I guess you need that. You have to do it. Or nahi to ghar pe best hote hain, you make your face packs. I think it's lovely.
Okay, thanks. Fun chatting you.
I loved it. It's always fun.
Always fun. Great fun.
Big hug to you.